to the Hannahcast YouTube channel. My name is Christian Hannah, and today we're going to be talking about my final Oscar predictions. Let me just make sure everything sounds good here. Alrighty, but yeah, how's everyone going? Or how's everyone doing today? But yeah, before we before we go into the before we go into the Oscar nominations, I would like as you've noticed, I have a little Ko-Fi thing right here. I have a Ko-Fi right here. It's ko-fi.com/Christian Hannah. If anyone can support me through there, that would be very much appreciated, especially because I mean, hey, because everything, every little bit helps. And also, not only that, if you do, this little thing will pop up. See, there's this fun little GIF and all that stuff. Yeah, your name will pop up here, and you can have my name Jeff meme play. But yeah, anyways, like I said, this is this is the day where I'm going to be predicting the nominees for the Oscars this year. And I'm not going to try to predict the international feature category. Obviously I know that All Quiet on the Western Front is going to get in there, but I'm just not as informed on the international features. Also, I'm not going to try to predict the short films or the documentaries. That is an open, that's just an open race for anything and stuff. Again, I don't know as much about that stuff. I'm just mainly going to be talking about the above the line and a lot of the below the line categories. Starting off, we're going to be going into we're going to be going into Best Picture. First, okay, here what I think could be the nominees for Best Picture, and give me your thoughts on what they could be. What I'm predicting for Best Picture are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun: Maverick, and The Whale. Now you probably saw from my thumbnail, wait, what about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever? Also you were probably asking, why were you thinking of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever? I changed it at the last second, but there's a chance that maybe Black Panther could get into that Best Picture lineup. And the reason why I think there's a chance it could is because it did get nominated for Producers Guild Awards, but however, you're probably saying, well, not something like Glass Onion. Here's the thing. I think most of the 9 out of the 10 Best Picture, potential Best Picture nominees, I think are locks. You're going to get All Quiet, you're going to get Avatar, you're going to get Banshees, you're going to get Elvis, you're going to get Everything Everywhere, you're going to get The Fabelmans, you're going to get Tar, you're going to get Top Gun: Maverick, and I think The Whale can also be considered a lock, considering it's just ramping up considering it was ramping up at the last second. But that 10th slot could literally go to anything. It could go to anything. Women talking, I don't think that's happening. I do not think women talking is happening. There's no momentum for that film. I think it got 0 nominations at BAFTA. So I think it's just dead in the water at this point. People are saying Triangle of Sadness, maybe, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if it's gotten that strong. If it gotten Producers Guild and and if it got maybe BAFTA or something like that, maybe, or even but it's so far all it has is what's the word I'm looking for? all it has is like Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy at the Golden Globes, and even then, that was kind of a bit of a surprise. Actually, I'm going to. But yeah, like I don't think Triangle of Sadness is gonna make Best Picture. The Woman King, I think there's barely any momentum for that. I think, honestly, out of all the nominees, you're gonna get Viola Davis, and that's it. Like, you're not gonna get any of the other there's not really gonna be any other nominations. RRR, once again, RRR is clearly like a critic's favorite, not an industry favorite. RRR performs very well with the critics, but in the overall film industry, I think it's only going to get Best Original Song, and even then, there's a chance that I think there's a chance that it maybe gets out of Best Original Song. Oh, hey Ashy, I think Morbius will win. Oh, Ashy, you and your jokes. I was thinking maybe Living could get into Best Picture, but the reason why I'm not predicting it, is because, like, if Living got into the BAFTAs, for Best Picture, all right, then I would have been like, all right, it's going to get a Best Picture nomination. Because why would something like this ramp up? Like, why would something like that escalate so quickly to a Best Picture nomination at the Oscars? But so, you know. Yeah, so like I said, my predictions for Best Picture, I think 9 of them are locks. I'm thinking maybe Babylon, because it could be like the Guillermo del Toro, like, what was it, like the Nightmare Alley of this year. But even then, Nightmare Alley, you know, still got, you know, good reviews and stuff. Whereas I don't know, this is tough. It could go to Babylon, or it could go to Wakanda Forever. Because you have such a... Because with that 10th Best Picture slot, you have... With that 10th Best Picture slot, literally anything is open. And so Black Panther could still very well happen. It would seem out of nowhere, but again, it did get Best Picture at the Producers Guild, but again, there's an argument to be made that, you know, Deadpool and The Dark Knight and, you know, and Wonder Woman, they got into the Producers Guild for Best Picture, yet they didn't get nominated for the Oscar. But then again, there wasn't 10 nominees at the Oscars. So yeah, I'm thinking Babylon, but yeah, like, it could, like, I don't know. Best Director, I think we're looking at Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front, the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Todd Field for Tar, Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, and Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans. I think these are our nominees for Director. Let's see what's on Gold Derby right now. James Cameron, I think there was once a chance where he could have gotten that Best Picture nomination, but he got the Golden Globe nomination and the Critics' Choice. But then again, Critics' Choice, there's already kind of an asterisk with that because they had 10 Best Director nominations. So it's like, I don't know if I should even count Critics' Choice, because if with that many directors, of course Cameron was going to get in there. But so really, he only got the Globe. He missed out on Directors Guild. He missed out on BAFTA. I don't think he's getting in there for the Oscars. Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun Maverick, that, like, the Directors Guild is the only reason why I think people are predicting him now. And which would make sense. I mean, no one saw Joseph Kosinski coming for Top Gun Maverick. But I don't think he'll get in there for the Oscar. I think that was like a crazy, like, Directors Guild nomination. I would have thought, like, here's the thing, if Baz Luhrmann got in the BAFTAs for Best Director, he'd be in this. But as it is, he didn't get nominated for Director at the BAFTAs, which is weird because the BAFTAs love Baz Luhrmann. So, but, you know, he didn't get in the BAFTAs, so I'm not predicting him for the Oscar. Gina Prince Bythewood, she did get BAFTA, but at the same time, she hasn't really been getting in anywhere else. And again, I really doubt the Woman King's chances. Like, it's been underperforming so much this season at the Oscars, like, or at least this award season. I just don't see her happening. I do not see her happening. And again, she got Critics' Choice, but that was 10 nominees. Women Talking, that is dead in the water. Park Chan-wook, that could surprise it. That could be a surprise. But then again, I don't know who you bump out. Everyone else seems to be kind of solid, unless Steven Spielberg somehow doesn't get in to, you know, like it would be weird if Spielberg missed director at the Oscars here. But yeah, then we get to Best Original Screenplay. We have The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, The Menu, and Tar. I'm predicting The Menu because, like, here's the thing. Here's one of the really sucky things about, here's the really sucky thing about trying to predict the screenplay categories. The Writers Guild nominees are announced a day after the Oscars, so I don't have a lot to go off of. And, like, Triangle of Sadness could get into Best Original Screenplay. And maybe that would be the smart thing to do. But something maybe tells me that The Menu could sneak in there. It could maybe sneak in there for Original Screenplay. Because there are those, like, out of no, you know, for example, the people were kind of doubting if no one really thought Borat's subsequent movie film was going to get in for adapted screenplay. But then he got in at Writers Guild and was like, oh shit. And then I think The White Tiger also started to gain momentum at Writers Guild. But again, we don't have the Writers Guild to go off of. So I'm kind of, I'm thinking maybe The Menu, because, like, The Menu has been sort of slowly creeping up, not enough to where it gets Best Picture, but an Original Screenplay nomination I could maybe see happening. If you want to get chaos, maybe Fabelmans gets bumped out, and that's how we get Triangle of Sadness. But that would be really bad for the Fabelmans. For a movie that was once thought to be a big frontrunner for Best Picture. Best Adapted Screen... Let's see what else could possibly get in there. After Sun, maybe. But however, like, I think the only major thing it got at BAFTA was Best Lead Actor. And even then, I'm kind of doubting that. But yeah, like, I don't think After Sun is going to get that. Babylon, people haven't been liking Babylon enough to... Babylon seems like a movie that could squeeze into Best Picture, but because there's 10 nominees, but I really doubt it's going to get into 5 for Original Screenplay. But again, I'm thinking maybe Decision to Leave. Maybe Decision to Leave gets Original Screenplay. And you know what? Maybe I'm being a little bit too pessimistic. I think, you know what? I'm gonna do something unprecedented. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna right now change one of my predictions. Again, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong about this. But, however, I think I may have just had an epiphany. I may have just had an epiphany here. I think that 5th Original Screenplay nominee is going to be... Like, I'm taking... You know what? Yeah, I'm taking out... Wait. Shit. EFDE. Okay. I'm taking out The Menu. Hello, Jose. I'm taking out The Menu, and I am replacing it with... Hold on. I'm taking out The Menu, and I am replacing it with Decision to Leave. I think, now that I think about it, I think we're going to get a worst person in the world kind of nomination here. I think we're going to get Decision to Leave. I think that gets into a Best Original Screenplay. So my revised predictions for Original Screenplay are Banshees of Inisherin, Decision to Leave, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, and Tar. For Best Adapted Screenplay, I think we're going to get All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, Living, She Said, and The Whale. I would have maybe said Women Talking over She Said, but Women Talking, again, has just been dying. It's just dead in the water when it comes to these awards. And yet, She Said managed to get into the BAFTAs for Adapted Screenplay and Supporting Actress. And so, I guess She Said is having a slight bit of a resurgence, and I think Women Talking is just gone. I think we're gonna get She Said, which means, who wins the Oscar then? But then again, it's a little bit too early to call who's gonna win, because, yeah, but could it be Glass Onion? Could it be The Whale? Could it be Living? But yeah, I think She Said it might actually get into Adapted Screenplay. Then we get into Best Lead Actor. I'm thinking we're going to get Austin Butler for Elvis. Actually, let's take a look at some of the other possible predictions for Adapted Screenplay. There's also Top Gun Maverick. I don't see that happening. There's Bones and All. I don't sense any traction for that. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. That would be a lovely addition. I would love that if it got in, but I don't know if it's going to happen. White Noise. I don't see that happening. Catherine Called Birdie. No. Batman would be great. I don't see it at all getting in there. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. No. Maybe Black Panther could get into Writers Guild. It could get into Writers Guild, but I don't think it's going to get into the Oscars. And really, I think that's kind of it. But anyways, lead actor. I think we're Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Hugh Jackman for The Son, and Bill Nighy for Living. Now, 4 of these are locks. Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, and Bill Nighy. They're going to get nominations. However, we do not know that for that 5th slot. That 5th slot is tough. People are saying Paul Mescal for Aftersun. I mean, he got into the BAFTAs, so maybe, but again, that's really like the only, I'm not sure if he got Critics' Choice. That would be interesting if he got Critics' Choice and BAFTA, but at the same time, nothing at, but here's a little thing I kind of go off of. For the past few years, when you look at, when you look at, what's the one, the Golden Globes, you can find almost all the nominees for Best Lead Actor in the Golden Globes somewhere. Most of them will be in drama, but a couple will be in musical or comedy. I think Jeremy Pope got in the Golden Globes for Inspection, so maybe he could get in. But, however, I think, now there is one exception, at least in recent years. One exception was, Steven Yeun for Minari. He didn't get Globes, but he did also get SAG, and that saved him. However, I don't like there was at least a little bit of a road that led to him getting into SAG. But in the SAG Awards, Adam Sandler got in for Hustle. And that's cool for the SAG Awards. I don't think he's getting in there in the Oscars. I would love to see if Adam Sandler gets an Oscar nomination, but I don't think it's happening. Tom Cruise, I never got why people were predicting Tom Cruise for Best Lead Actor. I mean, he's good in Top Gun Maverick, but he's not really, it's not a performance-driven film. I would find that to be a very weird Best Lead Actor nominee. Last minute, people are saying Tom Hanks for A Man Called Otto. That would be single-handedly the strangest Best Lead Actor nomination that I would have ever seen. That would just be easily the strangest nomination out there. But I'm going Hugh Jackman for The Son, because again, he was in that, he was in the Golden Globes. I'm going for that Golden Globes pick. But again, maybe Jeremy Pope gets in there. But right now, I'm thinking it might be Hugh Jackman. Best lead actress, I think we're looking at Cate Blanchett for Tar, Viola Davis for The Woman King, Danielle Deadwyler for Till, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, this is the, so I think this is the Gold Derby 5. However, here's the problem. Ana de Armas could Ana de Armas could easily get that nomination. She's been nominated for the Globe, the SAG Award, and I think the BAFTAs, which granted, I think Eddie Redmayne did that too. But I think unlike The Good Nurse, what may be stopping me from, like, look, Ana de Armas could absolutely get in. And if she does, she could maybe get in over either Michelle Williams or Danielle Deadwyler. Although if that were to happen, there would be a shitstorm on the internet. And I'm wondering if the Oscars are willing to do that. Are they willing to put in Ana de Armas for Blonde? Because that could easily happen. Again, I think Cate Blanchett and Michelle Yeoh and maybe even Viola Davis are safe. But if Ana de Armas were to get in, which could easily happen, either Danielle or Michelle Williams has got to go. But right now, I'm thinking this is safe. This is safe, but again, Ana de Armas could absolutely happen. That could absolutely be a possibility. So yeah, supporting actor, I'm thinking Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. Now, I was just talking about why, Ana de Armas, I don't think is going to get it into supporting actress. Why Ana de Armas isn't going to get into Best Lead Actress for Blonde. So why am I putting in Eddie Redmayne, even though he also got the Golden Globe, SAG, and BAFTA nomination? Well, simply put, The Good Nurse is nowhere near as controversial as Blonde. It does not have the controversy. Like, if Eddie Redmayne got in there, people would be like, which I don't know why there's this big, anti, Eddie Redmayne campaign. I mean, he's a phenomenal actor. He's incredible. So, and I don't know why people are just shitting on him for no reason. But again, The Good Nurse is nowhere near as controversial as Blonde is. So there wouldn't be as big of a shitstorm if that were to happen. However, a lot of people are thinking it's going to be Paul Dano. I think we're going to get a Judi Dench, Syrian Hines kind of thing, where it's like everyone's thinking the younger actor is going to get nominated for, the sort of biopic, but it ends up being the older actor. I think it's going to end up being Judd Hirsch and not Paul Dano. So yeah, Barry Keoghan, he has been knocking it out of the park. He got SAG, he got Globe, he got Critics' Choice, and he got BAFTA. There's no, I wouldn't have thought of him as a nomination frontrunner at first, but damn, there's no reason there's no reason not to go with him. Some other possibilities, again, there's Paul Dano, maybe that could very well happen. Causeway, there's no traction for that whatsoever. Brian Tyree Henry's not happening. Ben Winshaw for Women Talking, once again, no traction. Women Talking has been getting in nowhere. Brad Pitt for Babylon, he did get nominated for the Globe. He did get the Golden Globe nomination, although I don't think he'll get the Oscar nomination. And then some of the others, yeah. Then we're getting into supporting actress. Angela Bassett is looking like she's going to win this. I mean, hell, she literally got nominated for the BAFTA. The BAFTA that's the biggest hurdle to get a nomination for if you're someone like Angela Bassett, and she still got in. I think we're going to get Hong Chow, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Stephanie Hsu. However, there could still like Donnie D. Leon for Triangle of Sadness. That could happen, but I don't know. I think I don't know if Triangle of Sadness is going to translate as well to the Oscars than, you know, I don't know. I don't know if she's going to I don't know if Triangle of Sadness will translate as well to the Oscars. But overall, like but yeah, I might have to go with the Gold Derby 5 again. This is safe, but again, there's not a ton of competition. Janelle Monáe, you know, she got Critics' Choice, but that's about it. So yeah. Although, I'm thinking, could Michelle Williams get Lakeith? Could she get Lakeithed? Where, like, you know, campaigning for lead actress, then suddenly getting into supporting actress. Whereas, you know, sort of like Lakeith Stanfield, everyone's, you know, he was being campaigned for best lead actor for Judas and the Black Messiah, and out of nowhere he shows up for supporting actor for like no reason. Like, again, he's not a lead in that. No, I mean, he's not a supporting role. He was the lead character. That was weird. Although I think maybe Michelle Williams stands a lesser chance in being Lakeith, because Lakeith Stanfield was literally appearing nowhere. He was appearing nowhere else in awards season, and then out of nowhere he just got supporting actor for Judas. So I don't know. Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans for supporting actress could maybe happen, but I don't know. I think she has too much traction going on for lead actress. So yeah. Best animated film. I think it's a pretty good, decent race here. You know, not much not much stiff competition. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Turning Red, and Wendell and Wild. Gold Derby, I think what's Gold Derby saying? Let's take a look at what could possibly get in. Like, you know, My Father's Dragon, everyone's thinking My Father's Dragon, but again, it's been appearing nowhere. It's gotten nowhere in award season. The Sea Beast has been having a bit of a late resurgence. That would be awesome if it got in there. Although I don't see it getting in over a lot of, like, at least the main lot, those 4 big locks, like, you can take it to the bank, they're getting nominated, are Pinocchio, Marcel, Puss in Boots, and Turning Red. I'm thinking Wendell and Wild, which will give Jordan Peele, I believe, his, like, he's been nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and this would be his 4th. Like, if he gets nominated if Wendell and Wild gets in for Best Animated Feature, that's his 4th nomination. Or at least that's his 4th, that's the 4th category he would have been nominated for at the Oscars. Which would be amazing. But overall, I think Wendell and Wild is safe. Strange World, that everyone was thinking beforehand, you know, oh, it's gonna, like, before it came out, everyone's like, oh yeah, this is gonna get nominated for Best Animated Feature. I'm like, no, it's not. This movie's gonna tank hard, because again, it wasn't being promoted. No one was promoting it, and it got a okay kind of response, but luck, that's not happening. Apollo 10.5, there's no buzz around that. Eno O got in there for, got in the Golden Globes, but I don't know. I think that's not happening. And, there's some others like Mad God. I don't think it's getting in there. Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank. I'm sorry for any fans of Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, but that's not gonna do it. I don't see the Bad Guys happening. There's been no passion for Bad Guys at all. Lightyear, that's dead in the water. And Minions: The Rise of Gru, again, I don't see that happening. But yeah, overall, best animated feature, I think, is safe. Then we get to best cinematography. My predictions for cinematography are All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Empire of Light, Elvis, and Top Gun Maverick. What's Gold Derby? Like, let's see what could possibly steal. What could possibly steal that? still people are thinking Avatar: The Way of Water and The Fabelmans. I don't think so. It's been you couldn't find this anywhere. Now, you couldn't find these two anywhere. Again, only at maybe Critics' Choice, but even then, with Avatar, I just don't see it happening. And The Fabelmans, you do have Janusz Kaminski. I probably got Kaczynski. Janusz Kaczynski. I probably butchered that name so hard. But I don't think it's going to, because something like West Side Story is a bigger kind of showcase for cinematography than something like The Fabelmans. And I've been saying from day one, like, Elvis is going to get in for cinematography. No one thought it was going to happen. And then the cinematography, what was it? American Cinematographers Association? Like, I don't know what it was. But basically, the American Cinematographers Guild, whatever that is called, they nominated Elvis. I'm like, I told you all it was happening. And the Batman was getting in there. And even in the BAFTAs, you see Batman and Elvis in there. So yeah, this would actually be the BAFTAs, the BAFTA 5. I'm going for the BAFTA 5 for cinematography. What could possibly take it? Maybe The Fabelmans, but that would be a strange. That would be kind of strange. Maybe Tar, or but I don't know. The only other kind of maybe competition could get in there would be like Nope, but I don't anticipate that happening. So yeah, I think we are getting the BAFTA 5. We're gonna get All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Empire of Light, Elvis, and Top Gun Maverick. For film editing, I think we're going to get All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Top Gun Maverick. What got into film editing? Yeah. Currently at Gold Derby, they're predicting Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Elvis, The Fabelmans, Avatar: The Way of Water. And yeah, I feel like The Fabelmans is going to underperform below the line. I think it's going to underperform below the line. I don't see Fabelmans happening. Avatar, maybe. It's a 3-hour movie and it has very good pacing. That's why I think it might get in there. There's also a possibility of Banshees, but I don't know. There's not much other competition, though. Glass Onion would be a creative choice for film editing, but again, I think it's only going to get in there for screenplay. The Batman, if the Oscars really love Batman, like if they love the Batman, they'll probably put it in for film editing over Avatar. Like that could very well happen. Like let's see. At BAFTA, they have All Quiet on the Western Front, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Top Gun Maverick. But yeah, I don't think the Banshees of Inisherin is going to get in there. But who knows? Who knows what could happen? But I'm still thinking maybe Avatar: The Way of Water gets in for film editing. Who knows? Production design, I think we're going to get All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, The Batman, and Elvis. Once again, Batman has been doing really well recently. It got in the BAFTAs for production design, and it did pretty well at it's doing pretty well at Art Directors Guild. But like where is production design here? Okay. A lot of people are thinking Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I don't think so. I don't think Black Panther's happening. It's like, again, because here's the thing. When you're dealing with a sequel to something like Black Panther, where Black Panther showed us this whole new world that we haven't seen before, Black Panther Wakanda Forever kind of suffers from the sequelitis thing, where it's like, we've kind of seen this before, we've seen this world before, so it's tough to truly say. And that's all. And I think that's also what's going to hurt Avatar: The Way of Water. It's like, we do get some cool reef things, but some cool reef shots, but or scenes or environments, I should say. But again, I think the wow factor is for Avatar is more in the visual effects side of things than production design. Although they can interlink, but I don't see Black Panther or Avatar getting in there. Fablemans, I think it's just dead in the water for Below the Line. Glass Onion, that would be a great production design nominee. I would love it if they did that, but I don't know. Again, I think Batman's getting in. Pinocchio, I think it got nominated at BAFTA. I would love to see Pinocchio in there, but I just don't think it will. And Banshees of Inisherin, I think the Banshees of Inisherin is going to get nominated for the same reasons why, like, The Power of the Dog got nominated for production design. It's the simplicity of the world that you're in, the simplicity, but it's still very identifiable. So I would not be surprised if Banshees got in there for production design, if I'm being completely honest. It very well could do that. And plus, it's a period piece. That always works out. For costume design, I'm thinking Amsterdam, Babylon, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Corsage, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I think, now, and people are wondering, wow, well, you think, Amsterdam's going to get in there. Amsterdam, I think, is going to be that movie that no one sees coming for costume design. Actually, did it get nominated for the... Yeah, it actually did get nominated at the BAFTAs for costume design. And I think it might do pretty well in a couple of categories. And I think... And so I think it could do that. Babylon, I think it's going to do that. Black Panther, it does a few newer things with costumes, especially with the funeral scenes, I should say. But overall, like, it's going to get nomination. Corsage, I think, is going to be that movie that no one sees coming. I think we're going to get two movies that no one sees coming in there for costume design. Corsage and Amsterdam. And Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, it's literally a movie about fashion, so you know it's going to get nominated. It's going to get nominated in there. Woman King, I just don't see that happening. I don't see Woman King happening. Everything Everywhere All at Once, it's not really a showcase of costume design, so I wouldn't really say that. Glass Onion, that would be an interesting choice, but again, I don't think so. The Batman, I think as far as, it's very rare for comic book movies to get nominated for costume design, and I don't think The Batman is that kind of film. Living could maybe get in there, but overall, I'm feeling pretty good about this. So yeah. Makeup and hairstyling, I think we're going to get All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam, The Batman, Elvis, and The Whale. And again, no one's thinking, no one's thinking Amsterdam's getting in there, but I think it very well could. I think people are over-predicting Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I think people think, oh yeah, no, Black Panther's going to get in there easily. But I don't think so. Even the first film didn't make it to makeup and hairstyling. Blonde would be a possibility, although, however, for me, I feel like the makeup and hairstyling in Blonde is hit or miss. The stuff involving Marilyn Monroe herself, yeah, she looks great. But her mother, when they made her mother look older, it didn't look right. The actress only looked like maybe 10 years older than Ana de Armas, so I don't see that. Crimes of the Future would be a crazy nomination. I hope that gets in there. But I think because there's so much makeup and hair, especially the hairstyling in Amsterdam, I think there's so much of it with so many A-list stars and so many characters. I think that could get in there for makeup and hairstyling. And here's hoping The Whale wins. And obviously with the Batman, you got the Penguin. The Penguin himself is going to get the Batman a makeup and hairstyling nomination. Visual effects. This is the one where I'm holding the line. I feel like this is where it's going to go. Because I'm thinking All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and Top Gun Maverick. Look, Doctor Strange. It hasn't been getting nominated anywhere. Even Visual Effects Society completely shut out all Marvel movies except for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. And it's not even in there in the BAFTAs, which I don't know why Everything Everywhere All at Once is in there. Like, how did Everything Everywhere All at Once get in there when they didn't want to put it in, when clearly there wasn't much passion for it in the Oscars for the visual effects shortlist, and Everything Everywhere got 0 Visual Effects Society nominations, not even for supporting visual effects. So I don't know how that happened, but again, the BAFTAs, I'm a little bit dubious of the BAFTAs ever since they chose ever since they not only nominated the first Black Panther for visual effects, but they chose it as the winner for visual effects. So I don't really trust the BAFTAs that much anymore for visual effects, because that was a mistake. That was horrible. That was a horrible win. But I'm holding the line. But my theory right now with why it got shut out of Visual Effects Society was that Marvel is pissed off at the visual effects industry is pissed off at Marvel, because that whole column came out about how Marvel underpays the visual effects studios for lots of work. And I feel like that was the visual effects industry's breaking point, and they just did not want to nominate it for any visual, because here's the thing, there cannot be any other reason why Doctor Strange got 0 Visual Effects Society nominations, and yet Fantastic Beasts and Jurassic World made the top prize nominees, despite them being nowhere near as groundbreaking and crazy as Doctor Strange. But I'm holding the line. I am holding this fucking line for Doctor Strange. Although, if this lineup of nominees were to happen, we would see the first time, I think, in a while. I can't remember another time where this has happened. I don't think it has happened before. At least ever since the Visual Effects Society awards were founded, there has never been a time where 2 films that got 0 nominations ended up getting nominated for the Oscar for visual effects. There have been a few times where where one movie got in. There have been times where one movie got in. Like, look at last year. Last year, Free Guy got nominated for the visual effects Oscar. Free Guy got nominated for the visual effects Oscar without any Visual Effects Society nominations. And you also had Love and Monsters, but also that was 2020, so that's an asterisk year. Ex Machina, Snow White and the Huntsman, Real Steel, Spider-Man from 2002. But at the same time, so one movie getting nominated for the Oscar nomination for visual effects without any Visual Effects Society nominations. Like, that's happened before, but it's never happened where 2 movies that didn't get any nominations got in. Because All Quiet didn't get any nominations. So I'm still holding the line for Doctor Strange. Although, if any of these movies were going to get bumped out, maybe All Quiet on the Western Front ends up getting bumped out in favor of 13 Lives. 13 Lives maybe could do it. But I have to believe Doctor Strange gets in there. So yeah. And let's see what other possibilities there could be. Like, I was thinking maybe Top Gun and Batman weren't going to get in, but seeing how well Top Gun and Batman performed at Visual Effects Society, yeah, there's no chance they miss. Like, they're going to make it in. And the Batman is going to become the 5th DC movie in history to be nominated for Best Visual Effects. Only the 5th one to ever do it, because the other 4 being The Dark Knight, Superman Returns, Batman Returns, and Superman the movie, which won its award as a special achievement award since there were no other nominations. I wanted to see Nope get in there, but I think that's not going to happen. I would be shocked. Here's the thing. If Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore got nominated for the BAFTA for visual effects. If Fantastic Beasts got nominated for the BAFTA, maybe I would put it above All Quiet on the Western Front. But again, if I'm not mistaken, Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore became the only Wizarding World film to not get a visual effects nomination at BAFTA, and they love the Wizarding World films. Even The Crimes of Grindelwald, which didn't make round 2 of the shortlist at the Oscars in 2018, still managed to get a visual effects nomination at BAFTA. But I have to hold the line. I think we're going to get Doctor Strange. I'm hoping it does. Let's just see how everything pans out. Then Best Sound. I'm going with all the nominees for the sound. What was it? The Cinema Audio Society or the Golden Reel Awards. Whichever one is the one where, like, the Sound Mixers Guild or whatever it is. I think we're going to get All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, and Top Gun: Maverick. What could possibly sneak in? People are thinking Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think people are overestimating that movie's chances. I don't think Babylon gets in. Moonage Daydream would be a surprise. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio would be a surprise. But again, I think I'm going with the goal. Like, I'm not exactly sure what guild it was, but it was the Sound Mixers Guild. And I believe like for their nominees for sound mixing, I think this is it. And ultimately, let's see, Best Original Score. I think we're gonna get All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, The Fabelmans, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. People were thinking Women Talking. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Women Talking is going to happen. I think, again, I think it's going to get shut out of the Oscars completely. Black Panther, I don't think that... I honestly don't even remember the score for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And I think it's going to suffer from what I said earlier about the film's chances at production design. It's like we've already heard this music before. There's some new pieces, but again, it's not really... It's nothing we haven't already really heard before. I don't think Woman King's getting in there. Avatar, no. Nope would be an interesting pick. Glass Onion would be an interesting pick, but overall, I think we're pretty settled on All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, The Fabelmans, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. And then the final category that I'm going to be predicting is Best Original Song. And we have Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Ciao Papa from Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and Natu Natu from RRR. Now, you want to talk about chaos? I want to believe Natu Natu, like, I'm thinking Natu Natu gets in, but so far the industry has not been kind to RRR. So there's a very good chance it doesn't get in. Even though everyone's predicting it to win. But, however, Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, it's Diane Warren. Like, she always gets nominated for these things. She's safe. If it has Diane Warren doing the song, she's going, like, the movie, it's going to get nominated. Even 4 Good Days got an Oscar nomination for the Diane Warren song. So it's gonna, like, you're gonna see it here. I think if any movie was to be threatened for a snub, it would be Natu Natu, because again, the industry has just not been kind to RRR. You could get Where the Crawdads Sing from Carolina. I think there's maybe the chance that Spirited, like the song Good Afternoon from Spirited, gets nominated. Like, if this were my list, I would have Ciao Papa from Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Natu Natu from RRR, Good Afternoon from Spirited, and Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing. But I don't believe this is Taylor Swift's year. I think once again she's going to get shut out. I would love for I would love for Good Afternoon to get nominated, but I think out of all these movies, the one that would probably get bumped out in favor of it would be Natu Natu. And overall, those are my Oscar my predictions for the Oscars. Once again, we will, Best Original Song, Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Ciao Papa from Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Natu Natu from RRR. Not even Sunnyside Summer did not mention. What's Sunnyside Summer? If you're talking about for Best Original Song, it's not eligible. Like, it wasn't shortlisted. I don't know what that is. Oh, from Bob's Burgers movie? Yeah, it didn't get shortlisted for the Oscar. I don't think it did. Yeah, it didn't. At least I don't think it did. Let me go in and because I don't think that song from Bob's Burgers got in. No, it didn't get in. So it's not eligible. It did not get shortlisted. Again, like these are like actually let me just these are the songs eligible for Best Original Song. So you're not gonna see Sunnyside Summer from Bob's Burgers. You're not gonna see that happen. But again, I'm hoping Natu Natu pulls through. But I do think there is a chance it gets snubbed. There is a chance it gets snubbed. Despite it, sort of like how everyone was saying "See You Again" from Furious 7, everyone was saying that's going to get nominated. Like that's going to get nominated for that's going to win Best Original Song, and yet it did not even get nominated. Like this is tough. It really is tough. So, like I said, these are my overall Oscar predictions. I still think Doctor Strange is going to get in there for visual effects. I have to hold the line. It just I just have to. I think Amsterdam is going to get costume design and makeup. I think Batman's getting in for production design. I think we're going to see a lot of interesting choices here. And I'm expecting Women Talking to overall just do nothing. Like Women Talking to just really, really underperform. Like probably not even get any nominations, to be honest. And like I said, my best picture nominations predictions are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, and The Whale. However, I'm not super confident about Babylon because literally anything could get nominated. Literally anything could get nominated for that 10th Best Picture slot. It could, let me look. I don't think Women Talking is getting in there. I don't think Glass Onion's getting in there. Maybe Triangle of Sadness. I think it's going to be between Babylon, Triangle of Sadness, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I think those are one of those three could get in. I'm picking Babylon. It might because it could end up being that Nightmare Alley pick that no one expected. So yeah, guys, I think that might do it for today's live stream. My predictions for the Oscar nominations. I will be reacting to the Oscar nominations live Tuesday morning. I will be doing that. And also I will I think Monday is when they announce the nominees for the Razzie Awards. So I'm going to try to do that as well. I'm going to try to react to the nominees for the Razzies as well as that. And like I said before, if you could support me via Ko-Fi, whether it be a single donation or if or you know, whether it be a single donation or even a little monthly donation. Any bit helps. You can put in whatever amount you want, and you'll see you would see your name pop up you would see your name pop up not only in the chat from from Ko-Fi, but also the little thing right there, and you can yeah, every little bit does help. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to, like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That like button pushes the algorithm to, it gets the algorithm to push this video to more people. So please hit that like button. That really, really does help. And hit that bell icon so you can be notified of future live streams and videos that I will be posting. And so yeah, guys, without any further ado, I'll see you guys later. Bye.